Just making a cup of tea with a jet boil. Oh, great bit of kit when you're travelling. Oh. In Wales, been round the coast, had some good interaction today with people. Got speaking to a guy that runs a club, a boxing club, wants me to put together a video. If I'm unable to catch it and drop in time, he wants me to put something in that he can go over with the youth in his club, the boys and the girls, young amateur club. Now that's a great idea. I've reached out to a few people. I'm waiting, or I'm hopeful of a response, but I know the crack. I know how this stuff is divisive, and I know how it comes across. It's not for everybody, because some people really don't know how to be around it. Some people have it in their own history, and it's painful. It's a painful thing to engage with. So sometimes you don't get a response. I've reached out to a very well-known boxer who runs a club, and I've asked the question, you know, a sec to turn this little stove off. I've asked the question because it'd be great to get into a club like that size of a, you know, a club with that reputation, and then hopefully other coaches might reach out and say, do you want to come in here and do a half an hour speech, you know, 35-40 minutes. Even half an hour would be more than enough. You could do 2 or 3 in that area in a day, just to get direct, you know, approach with the coach present, excuse me. And you'd be surprised, in a lot of the youth clubs, the coaches, like the you know, the main man, and the children will confide more in a coach than they will in their own parents, or an aunt or an uncle or a big cousin, a brother or sister, because the trust is there with the coach. Also, there's the aspect of the broken home thing, children coming for the broken home, you know, so they've got trust in the coach, which they might not be able to do at home. They might not be able to speak comfortably or freely at home. That's also to be considered. So I'm just in a little car park. I don't know if it's a little, I don't even know what it is, a health centre or something. Bala in Wales. I'm heading down to Rhondda, down to the valleys. I was going to go via Aberystwyth and catch Cardiff Bay. I might still do that and then come back in myself. I want to do Swansea and Cardiff, obviously. We'll get to there. It's easy to forget the scale of Wales. It's a bloody big place, and you know, I was coming over by Llanbrennig. It's a big trout reservoir, big massive reservoir, massive place, and there's nothing out there. It is pitch black. The roads are tiny, and it's like Dartmoor, it's like the North West Highlands. It's extremely bleak. Forsyth flows springs to mind. Lairg, Sutherland, you know, it's like that. Obviously, the TikTok's gaining traction. You know, 5, 6, maybe 700 people in a few days have came on board. Very grateful. A few trolls as well. I've no time to engage with idiots. You know, I personally don't really care what anybody's opinion is of me, and I don't really care what anybody thinks. So I'm doing this because I've got very good reason to do it. I've seen with my own eyes, in my own time. I've been investigative in this subject for many years, and I've seen the scale of the problem, and that's why I do it. I want to expose the utter sanitisation of this problem nationally. It doesn't get any headspace by any politician, you know, it doesn't get a voice, it doesn't get the light shone in it that I believe it, and many other people believe it should receive. It just doesn't happen for some reason. I always will be of the mindset that it's the less said about it the better. You know, if we don't talk about it, it might go away, or the public may forget. It's not going to happen. So yeah, it's not going to happen. And this road trip, you know, the momentum is slow. Yeah, I've gained a good few thousand followers, but I'm noticing that people are messaging, and you know, they're being a lot more engaging. Instead of just liking a post or engaging with comments, they're starting to go away and do their own homework and look at the problem, and that's brilliant. That's where I want to get it, that you go and you actually look and you see. This is not something that is beyond anyone's time. You know, anybody can make a difference here, and if people have got legitimate ideas, you know, I'll always try and entertain, although I'm very single-minded on it, and I believe that I've got the answers for how to make it a much better, more fluid system UK wide. You know, how the hell do you implement that? It has to be done via Parliament. It has to be done, you know, you're talking about implementing bills and having them passed here. It's a mountain to climb, but it's worth it. Can you imagine if we actually get, I mean, the answer is the fact that we're all online. The answer is online. As much as online is the problem, online is also the answer. We can absolutely control what goes on online. We can control everything. All the private chat rooms, all the messenger boxes, everything can be controlled and it can be monitored. I don't believe for a minute that, you know, it can't be done. It can absolutely be done. So we need to pursue that across the whole spectrum of the internet, and capture every single avenue, and stop the fact that they can take kids off of Roblox and into a private chat room and all the rest of it, and that should be an immediate red flag. I had an interesting conversation with somebody the other day that said, when you catch these people, is it not entrapment? Entrapment? No, of course it's not entrapment, because the adult sends the friends request and immediately the adult initiates the chat, and that's it. That's all the evidence you need. Why would an adult send a friend's request to a stranger's child and then open a sexual dialogue with them? That's it. No entrapment. There's never any leading conversation used, especially in our chat logs and our team. It's not accepted, and the Crown reject it. Don't know what other people do, you know, but it's pretty frowned upon. So no, that was quickly addressed. And it, you know, I've been asked that once or twice. So, cup of tea, a few hours kip, and an early start again. Wales is a big place. Wales is going to take a bit of effort. I'll be here all day and all tomorrow as well. So it's way bigger than, you know, I know how big it is, but it's way bigger again. So we'll talk tomorrow. Kidok, night, and thanks for all the support and the shares. I appreciate it. Cheers. Good night.